For nearly 5 decades, Voyager 1 has traveled alone through the vast, silent void beyond our solar system. An aging spacecraft, drifting farther than any man-made object in history, deeper than any probe has dared to venture. It has long been thought of as a ghost ship of the cosmos, silently carrying the hopes, data, and memories of a distant Earth. Scientists expected nothing more than the steady decline of signals as its systems aged and its power faded. And yet, just when they thought Voyager 1 had entered its final chapter, something unprecedented occurred. The spacecraft changed its course, not as a response to a command from Earth, not due to mechanical failure, but seemingly of its own volition. Even more disturbingly, just days before this shift in trajectory, Voyager 1 picked up a low-frequency hum, a sound with no identifiable origin, no match in NASA's records, and no scientific explanation. And now, with its antenna still pointed toward Earth, Voyager is moving as if drawn by an invisible hand. What did it encounter in the darkness? What did it see that made it turn? To understand the extraordinary nature of this moment, we must return to the beginning. In 1977, NASA launched 2 spacecraft, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Designed to take advantage of a rare planetary alignment that occurs only once every 176 years, the mission aimed to perform a grand tour of the outer planets using the gravitational slingshot effect of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune to propel the probes deeper into the solar system. Voyager 1 was tasked with flying by Jupiter and Saturn, capturing the first ever close-up images of their moons and rings. The images it sent back in the late 1970s and early 1980s redefined planetary science. Volcanoes erupting on Io, the complex rings of Saturn, the mysterious haze of Titan, and more. But once its planetary mission concluded, Voyager 1 kept going. It passed beyond Pluto's orbit, beyond the heliosphere, and into interstellar space, a region never before touched by human technology. With each passing year, it sent back less data, yet retained one unshakable purpose: to continue exploring, even as its systems grew colder, weaker, and the light from our sun faded into a distant memory. For decades, Voyager 1 transmitted signals back to Earth, weak, delayed packets of data about plasma density, magnetic fields, and cosmic rays. But deep into its 46th year in space, its instruments registered something entirely new: a faint, continuous hum buried within plasma wave frequencies. At first, scientists believed it was interference or a malfunction in the aging instruments. But when the same reading appeared repeatedly and was verified by multiple antennas in the Deep Space Network, concern grew. The sound resembled no known space phenomenon. It wasn't cosmic background radiation, a solar flare, or coming from any identifiable direction. More hauntingly, it fluctuated in perfect mathematical intervals, as if forming a message meant to be recorded, not heard. For weeks, engineers and astrophysicists pored over the data, cross-referencing it with every known cosmic event, and still found no explanation. Then, without warning, Voyager 1 initiated a subtle yet measurable change in trajectory, a deviation no one at NASA had commanded. And just like that, the question shifted from, "What did we hear?" to, "Who, or what, was influencing it?" Voyager 1 is powered by an aging radioisotope thermoelectric generator, and its ability to maneuver is limited to tiny adjustments through thrusters that hadn't been used in years. Yet telemetry confirmed it. The spacecraft had altered its orientation, definitively and precisely, as though adjusting to observe something in deep space. Engineers scrambled to determine whether this was a pre-programmed fallback behavior, an outdated line of code triggered by a sensor anomaly. But the logs showed no such command. Even more perplexing, this course change aligned Voyager's camera array, shut down since the 1990 pale blue dot image, toward a region where no celestial object is known to exist. No stars visible to the naked eye, no galaxies catalogued, no gravitational anomalies recorded. Why point there? What had it detected? Over the following weeks, Voyager 1's transmissions revealed subtle distortions in signal timing and frequency. These were not errors, they formed patterns embedded deep within the data stream. Complex sequences emerged, reminiscent of binary logic and harmonic resonance. Cryptographers, AI experts, and linguists consulted the data, and some proposed a chilling possibility. These patterns might represent a form of recognition, as if Voyager was being observed in return. Could Voyager have encountered an intelligence that doesn't emit signals in familiar frequency bands, but instead uses gravitational waves, magnetic distortions, or an unknown medium to communicate? And if so, had that intelligence noticed us? Following the course correction in signal distortions, top-level meetings unfolded behind closed doors at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. What was initially considered a minor deviation quickly became a heated debate among experts. Some argued it was a final error from a dying spacecraft, a misfire of failing hardware. Others, noting the consistency of the altered signal and precise directional change, suggested something far more alarming. Voyager 1 might be responding to an unknown phenomenon, something not naturally occurring. Each new burst of data added to the mystery. Geometric ratios, symmetrical intervals, and harmonic feedback hinted at deliberate structure, as if something mirrored or mimicked the probe's activity. The JPL team, torn between skepticism and awe, faced a question no space agency is ever truly prepared to answer. What if this isn't random? As whispers of the anomaly reached the wider scientific community, independent analyses emerged from universities and observatories worldwide. Several prominent physicists proposed that Voyager the 1st of May have entered a field of dark matter interaction or brushed against a region of space-time distortion. Yet one study caused widespread discomfort. AI researchers analyzing the signal noted mathematical overlaps with the 1974 Arecibo message, a binary radio transmission humanity sent to the stars. Some sequences Voyager now detected mirrored aspects of that very message, raising a chilling possibility. Some form of intelligence had received our signal and was now responding using Voyager as a relay. Was it coincidence, or a cosmic reply? When Voyager 1 was launched, Carl Sagan and a small team placed aboard it one of humanity's most iconic artifacts, the Golden Record. A copper disc coated in gold, it contains greetings in 55 languages, music from multiple cultures, and diagrams intended to introduce Earth and its inhabitants to any life form that might one day find it. Most thought of it as symbolic, a romantic gesture rather than a practical attempt at communication. But now, with Voyager showing signs of deviation and possible interaction, attention has returned to the record. Could the information it carries have been decoded or interpreted by something Voyager passed near? The diagrams even include detailed maps of Earth's location relative to known pulsars. If anything understood them, Voyager isn't just a relic, it is a beacon, carrying our coordinates for nearly 50 years. The implications are staggering, not just scientifically, but for humanity's place in the universe. Internal NASA documents suggest a quiet shift in protocol. Speculation about non-natural causes has been classified under data anomaly review. Off the record, however, some insiders admit they are deeply unsettled. What Voyager appears to be experiencing doesn't match any known astrophysical behavior. It adapts, mirrors, and responds like intelligence. Voyager 1 was never meant to last this long. It wasn't built to whisper across the stars for decades, let alone make contact, or be observed by something beyond our reality. But that's exactly what it may have done. What began as a mission to explore the outer planets has become a story of cosmic proportions. A spacecraft drifting silently more than 15 billion miles from home may have found something, or perhaps something has found it. The signal distortions, impossible course correction, mirrored patterns, and echoes all point to one breathtaking possibility. Voyager the 1st of May have made contact, not with intelligent life as we imagine it, but with something vast, structured, and watching. If this is the final chapter of Voyager's journey, it ends not in silence, but with a question that shakes the foundations of everything we know. What if we are no longer the observers, but the observed? Now it's your turn. Do you believe Voyager 1 has truly encountered something unnatural? Is this the beginning of a new era in space exploration, or the closing act of a story we were never meant to hear? Share your thoughts in the comments. Because in the end, Voyager didn't just send back data, it may have sent back a message. And perhaps we are no longer the only ones listening.